Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are tuned into another episode of the I.O.W. Sports Show.
Right.
It is episode 306. And you got two happy fellas because it's Victory Monday. Put your hand up if your team won this weekend. Yeah, ain't too many people that can put their hands up. For all you losers, don't even bother. And all you jokers that lost over the weekend, don't you dare put your hand up. So if you ain't a fan of the Lions, the Chiefs, the Texans, or the Packers, I should not see your hand up.
At all.
At all. Keep them down. Keep them down. Don't you do it. Obviously, we got two playoff games left today. You got Philadelphia and Tampa Bay later tonight. And in about 25 minutes, you got Steelers and Bills going down in upper state New York. But hey, we'll talk about those later in the show. Hey, Wildcard Mar in the building, Detroit Mail in the building. We're both feeling good, feeling great, feeling good because, like we said, it's Victory Monday. Hey, man, how you feeling, big bro?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. It feels good to be in a part of the state of Michigan. You got the Wolverines winning championships, Lions winning their first. You know what I'm saying? The Red Wings won yesterday too.
Boy, what?
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing y'all need is the Pistons to get past 10 wins, and y'all in there like swimming.
Hey, nigga, hey.
What, too far?
This ain't Jesus. We ain't turning water to wine over here.
Ain't walking on it neither.
Pump your brakes. You know, we ain't walking on it either, right? Just because my name is Mel, it's not short for Merlin. I'm not a magician.
Wait, hold on, Pip. Like, hold on, don't go that far.
we hoping for 5 around here. Shit, come on, 10.
We hope we get this album.
You know what I'm saying? Your ambition's a little too high there, buddy.
Reel it back in. Wow. No, that's what's up. No, we'll definitely. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk a lot of football in this episode for sure. Just because, hey, it was wild card weekend, man.
Right.
Football, it went down. It went down, man. Had some, my predictions weren't too good. I went 1-3 over the weekend.
And so far, I went defeated.
Well, the one that I did get right, is the squad, so I'll take it. I ain't gonna cry too much about it. But let's start right there. Obviously, let's start with Saturday.
Hold on, I got something.
What's up? Oh, I know you got something for us.
All you Cowboys fans.
Ooh.
This is how the Cowboys fan after 24 hours of listening to the internet. It's them right here.
Ooh.
Hey. He was teasing me.
Yo, you ain't shit, dog. You know that? You ain't.
I already know this.
They was teasing me. He was teasing me. I can't with you. But besides the shenanigans of Detroit, man, let's start at the Texans and the Bills. Texans and
the Browns.
Yeah, I know. I'm over here tripping because I'm laughing at you. This is something wrong with you, bro. But no, give me your thoughts on the game, man. Obviously, Texans are run away with the game. Just kind of give me your breakdown of what happened, man.
CJ Stroud happened, man. Hey, man. He like the truth, man. I hate to admit it. He like the truth. CJ Stroud looked like the truth over there. But it was a total team effort. It wasn't just Stroud. I think they had a game plan set for Cleveland, and Cleveland couldn't do nothing. They couldn't reestablish the run. Mm-hmm. Flacco threw picks at crucial times.
Oh man, did he ever?
And so, the defense played a pretty good defense. You look at the game. Even when Cleveland looked like, okay, it's going to be a back and forth, boom. The defense as a whole of the Texans didn't play bad even in those series. Mm-hmm. But then it's just like when it came to this is always most games. When it comes to those adjustments at halftime, whose adjustment is going to work? And it looks like the Texans adjustments worked and Cleveland's didn't. Flacco turned back into a pumpkin. You know? So, and it's not all Flacco fault.
The clock struck midnight.
Right. It's not all Flacco fault because that the defense wasn't stopping nothing. How much we gave Cleveland the props about their defense, they couldn't stop it, man. I mean, Stroud was he was incredible, man. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see.
No, man. Hey, I think you said it perfect right there. CJ Stroud is the truth, man. CJ Stroud is definitely the truth.
What's up, boys?
What's up, man?
Is there any? I mean, I think it's fair to say that there's probably no other Ohio State quarterback ever to join the league that can probably even match what this guy has done in 1 year.
That I can think of.
I think that's fair to say.
The last person who was able to throw a pass that well out of Ohio State was Urban Meyer when he was throwing that pass at that girl's ass up in the bar.
That's about it.
That's about it. Throw a good pass. That's it. That's the two.
Well, I mean, and he wasn't even a quarterback, so I guess that list is real small of Ohio State quarterbacks having success in the NFL, man. That's fair to say.
Congratulations to both of you, gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
I know you're not used to playing on Wild Card Weekend. Mel, I know you aren't either, but for a different reason. Why are you having a bye? You're used to saying goodbye during the regular season. Congratulations.
But can we say? Can you say that is the jury still out on Justin Fields? Are we gonna call him a failure just yet? Or?
No. He's not a failure. But what I'm saying is what has CJ Stroud done in 1 year is Justin Fields hasn't even been able to match that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like compare the two. Fields has potential to be an average starting quarterback. Stroud has the potential to be the best quarterback in the NFL, what we've seen this year. And I don't think you can laugh at that statement.
No. I don't hate that statement at all. That's why I'm saying
I just hate that it came from you, but I like the statement.
But no, I mean Nick has a point. I mean, what CJ Stroud is doing as a rookie, you name a rookie year comparable to what he's done. Like
if we threw Burrow up in the elite category after rookie year, how can you not throw Stroud up into that? He has the potential to be the best quarterback in the league.
And Burrow's rookie year wasn't nowhere close to this.
No, it wasn't playoffs. It was nice. There were some 300-yard games. Him and Herbert both had 300-yard games, 4 touchdown games. But leading your team like this, doing that to the number one defense in football, like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Buffalo wins today, as everyone expects they will. He has a chance to go into Baltimore and knock off what the MVP favorite. He has a chance to go then to either Kansas City or Buffalo and knock out Allen or Mahomes. Like, he has the opportunity to do what no rookie quarterback has done ever. Even, Sanchez had 2 wins his rookie season, but he beat Phillip Rivers. And then he beat his rookie year.
Didn't Marino go to the Super Bowl his rookie year?
I thought that was his sophomore year.
Was that sophomore year or was it rookie year?
Marino went in 84, which I think was his rookie year, but he didn't go and beat quarterbacks that are renowned. You know what I mean? You're looking at Mahomes. Name the quarterbacks he beat in 84. There weren't many great quartguards around then.
I can't remember yesterday. You talking about 84.
They still had like Kenny Stabler.
Well, first of all, 84 is you two guys' age range. So
I'm just saying, but I can't remember yesterday. I can't remember 84.
yeah, that.
But, you look at what Stroud has a chance to do as a rookie. Coming from Ohio State, where we always shit on their quarterbacks, right? I mean, he's breaking the mold here. Good for him, man. I like the kid. He puts God first, even though NBC will cut that out when they do the interview in the post game. They'll edit that part out.
I like to think, clip. Like, damn, what happened?
What's going on?
We don't do that here.
Wait, oh. Damn, I'm just clipping on people?
Yeah, how we do that.
Yeah, NBC, never been Christian.
For real.
Hey yo, I can't. But no, give me your breakdown of the game, big homie Nick. How'd you see the
What up, though?
Cleveland
Houston
Browns?
Let's take out that Browns
You
game.
still talking Texans?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
You
not a good
saw-
take. It's not a bad take. I mean,
What is
did you
it?
see it? I put it back up.
It'll be a battle of the head coach. What do you mean, Houston and whoever they play? A battle of the head coach?
Yeah, I guess that's what you mean. But I mean, it's still. I don't want to take nothing away from Stroud, though. With that statement, I want to clarify it. Does she mean that the next level they go to is about the coach and not the player? You got to clarify before I put my statement on it.
I mean, you look at that game. You looked at a team who believes from the top to the bottom, from the coaching staff to the quarterback to the guy next to him to the assistant. You see a team that is connected. You see a team that has a vibe going on, and you can't sell that shit short this time of year.
Right.
There's something about a team, a young team. We say it all the time in sports. They might be too young and dumb to even know what's going on.
Yeah, and I think part of that is some of it too.
Sometimes it's a blessing.
Yeah, it's not a bad
blessing to not have the pressure of you might be the MVP. You haven't won in the playoffs like the Baltimore has. The Chiefs, you got to go on the road. Josh Allen and the Bills, you haven't been able to get past such and such. All those other teams have pressure on them. Every team in the AFC left. Steelers, can you finally do something for the first time in a long time? You're on your whatever quarterback. Every team's got questions. Houston, the only question we're asking is, damn, can they do it again?
Right.
If they go to Baltimore, can they do it again? They're becoming America's sweetheart because you don't hate anyone on the team. You love the head coach. You love the quarterback. Obviously the same people who will come out and hate it on Tebow for putting God first. They'll be the same ones hating on Stroud for doing it. But fuck their opinions. We don't give a shit what they think anyway, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing to hate about this Houston team. Well, man, I think they happen to be the best team in the NFL with a star on their helmet, which is awesome. Fuck the Patriots and the Cowboys because they both have one.
I always forget that they have a star on their helmet. The Patriots.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it till last year that the Patriot has a star on it because and Dallas too. So fuck them both.
I mean, just like the Packers yesterday, I would say no pressure, but there was minimal pressure on them.
I mean,
I don't know. I think,
but it's not like the national media and every sports fan questioning. Like we're questioning the Cowboys. Cowboys had all the pressure in the world on them yesterday at home.
I didn't have any questions, sir. I didn't have any questions.
They had all the pressure. Can Dak do it?
McCarthy
do it? Can they get over the hump? I saw the best meme that I saw yesterday was, the Cowboys finally figured out a way to not lose on divisional round weekend. They lost the wild card weekend. So they finally fixed that little bugaboo.
Oh yeah, no, and trust, we'll discuss them cats in a minute. But I want to ask you, fellas, since both of y'all are here, I got to ask you this question because coming into the playoffs, we had the conversation. Joe Flacco, he was hot. Do you ride with him and sit down Deshaun next year? So after what you saw, wild card round, are y'all still feeling the same way? Y'all still ride with Flacco?
Me or Mel?
Both. Who want to take it first? No matter who.
Go ahead, Nick.
You bring back that offensive line healthy, those tackles. You bring back Nick Chubb healthy. You ease him along. Man, I got a hard time saying no to Joe if Joe wants to play.
Yeah, but you saw how.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say what reason why I asked that question is because you saw that performance that you still saw Joe with the inability to maneuver out of certain sacks. Deshaun Watson can still get you that. So when he pass rush comes to Joe Flacco, albeit the offensive line will probably be a lot much better next year. You know, injuries and people coming back. I can give you that, but still, you can't block everybody every play. So there's going to be some times where Joe Flacco is going to have to maneuver out of some sacks, and it looked like he can do that on Saturday. Will Anderson was in that man's face.
But you got to look at right? If you get your tackles back, you're
and you get Chubb back.
Give somebody like Flacco more time. If you
plus you get Chubb back, you can get that running game back.
The other guy that they lost, you're in a much better position to block with an elite line and your tackles. Otherwise, these guys are just running around the outside. I get what you're saying. I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You got to weigh that out as an organization.
I don't know, Matt.
I have no issue bringing Flacco in and saying, hey, we'll give you a small contract.
Compete.
We'll incentive base the fuck out of it. You start this many games, you get a bonus. This many games, bonus. This many touchdowns, yards. We hit wins, bonus. You see a lot of people doing that now. He's 38, 39 years old next year. If he still wants to play, he looks like the team loves him. It looks like him and his family took to Cleveland, even that short 2-month period that they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would say give him a shot to come in.
Okay, well,
I like that.
He doesn't buy in, Sean.
Yeah.
We all saw that. We all talked about that in September, October. They didn't look good. His timing's off, and now you have you can tell when a team in the NFL buys into and surrounds themselves with a quarterback and says, look at Houston with Stroud. They know this is our guy. We love him.
You buy in.
And then you see in Cleveland, it's like, damn, Nick Chubb got hurt. Ooh. Like, you know what I mean? It was like the running back was who they believed in there.
That's
not
right.
Quarterback play.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and you're not wrong. I mean, I've even said it on this show. I've said it on other shows that I've dropped, that I've shared content with. Deshaun didn't look good. Deshaun didn't look good in the 6 games he played last year. He didn't look good at the beginning of this season. He was in and out of the lineup. I mean, when you look at the trade, all right, so you give up all that compensation to trade for Deshaun. You stick by him, do all the the bullshit off the field with the civil suits and whatnot. You give him the guaranteed money, and I mean, we just got to be honest. You did not get the return on investment yet. You got nothing.
You did.
I mean, I think that's fair. Everybody can agree to that, right? So it's. I mean, that's the reason why you asked that question. Because do you still rock with Deshaun even after this weekend? Oh, they go Rod being Rod, but no. But that's why I asked that.
Yeah, it's a good question. But I think too. Do you weigh out the fact that you paid this man so much and the fact that you gave up so much? So wouldn't it be better to me? It'd be better for them to come in and let the two compete. That way, at least you can say it was a fair, assessment of okay, come in, let them compete. If Flacco wins, give him a starting job. What can you say about that? If you Deshaun, you lost out to Flacco. Instead of just saying here, give it to Flacco. Because of what the investment that we put into Deshaun, at least give him a chance to compete in training camp and everything else. And if he loses, you lost fair and square.
I can rock with that because I mean, even when we had that conversation a couple of weeks ago, I was always in favor. Like I understand the momentum that the Browns were rolling with Flacco, but all that compensation and money that you done gave this man, and I've been sticking by you. I literally gotta exhaust every option and then give you every option to say, okay, you just not it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that, man. Like, hey, give him every opportunity to say that you the starting guy. If Flacco beats you out, if it's like a Russell Wilson beats out Matt Flynn type of situation, by all means, like you just weren't the better guy.
But to this with this comment right here, I don't know who. As a starter, I don't know who would need Flacco at the beginning.
It's got to be a certain.
You know what I'm saying? Who's going to need Flacco at the beginning? Now you talking about down the line, if your quarterback gets hurt, then maybe. But at the beginning of the season, I don't see, off the top of my head, I can't think of nobody.
The roster will have to be fully loaded.
Right.
Yeah. Like Cleveland. A healthy Cleveland Browns team is fully loaded.
He's in his best spot right now.
Line is loaded. You bring Chubb back. You got your run game. But let's say this. Joe Flacco, in the games that he did well, that doesn't translate to I'm going to go into camp and win a job.
Okay.
He just did some really good stuff within the system, within the format of their offense.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the speed, the agility, to light you up where you look at him on a practice field and say, oh, wow, ooh, ah.
I agree with you in some parts, but I will say this though, Nate. You still got to look at it from, you evaluate them based on what you have. You know what I mean? So for instance, Deshaun comes in. If Deshaun is not lighting it up, whether it's within the system, whatever, and Flacco comes in and he's, you call a play, he's running the play, the play is being executed correctly. That's who you go with, because you already know what you had with Deshaun before.
Yes and no, and here's why.
Okay, go ahead.
The team didn't buy into Watson, in my opinion. They bought into Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
With the fans, you saw what Flacco did on the field. Watson never did that. Watson never had multiple 300 games in a row. And big game, he may have had a moment or two, but he wasn't consistently good.
Shit, we couldn't even get 200-yard games out of that guy.
And we know what? The most popular guy on a team is always the backup quarterback. And now it's not if he could do it. Flacco did it.
Yeah.
So if you go and Watson wins the job, there will be boo birds out and people screaming for his job. They're already going to be screaming for it no matter who it is because of the personal issues with Deshaun Watson and that they never wanted him, a portion of the fan base. It's tough. It's
a tough decision.
For the big storyline. Last year, the biggest storyline was Aaron Rodgers. Where was he going to get traded? I think what Cleveland does at quarterback is the biggest quarterback story of this offseason.
Yeah.
I think that's just the thing that every week it's gonna come up, right? Last year, everything Rodgers did, we talked about. This year, I think Cleveland is gonna be the place where we constantly discuss their move.
My bad. Because I'm watching the game behind, and just the snow that they was digging out the stadium is ridiculous.
They didn't even clear the upper deck. There's people like stomping and trying to move down the aisle. Like they didn't even clear the upper deck.
That's nuts. Oh man. No,
at least get some salt down or something.
It's salt. Well,
the only salt in the upper deck is falling off a fucking
like a pretzel, bro. You know how much salt?
I need 64 pretzels. 64 pretzels. What's going on? Oh, we got to try to clean our aisle.
Do you know how much salt they would have needed to melt any of that shit? Dog, they got pounded. But no, hey, fellas bring up some great points about the Joe Flacco situation. It's just, Joe turned into a pumpkin. The story, the Cinderella story, ended a little bit too abruptly. And just
defense did too. Let's not just put that on.
We said that too.
Number one defense in the NFL, and they got carved the fuck up.
Oh no! Trust, I can't dismiss that point. That's why I think a lot of credit goes more to what CJ Stroud and that offense did. And forgive me for not remembering their offensive coordinator name. He might put himself in some coaching candidacy jobs just because of what he just did this weekend by literally shredding up, like you said, a top defense in the NFL just got shredded by a rookie quarterback. So that goes for something. I mean, you can't take no credit away from CJ Stroud and them boys what they did. But I mean, it was a beatdown.
Tula.
Tua turned the ball over.
yeah, they're not getting ready. Who keep kicking that thing? Keep putting it up, somebody keep taking it down.
Tua turned the ball over.
Control, so it's not me.
That's hilarious.
I don't even think it's a big decision. I just think that, if Tua becomes available, who's going after him?
Yeah.
Can't win in the cold, can't play in the cold, can't even throw a wide receiver screen 15 yards to his left and have it reach the guy. His passes were diving down.
Hey, he managed to stay healthy this year.
Right. One hurdle at a time.
He handed the injury bug to me, so fuck him. I can throw a fucking 30-yard slant.
Well, speaking of Tua, let's talk about that game. I'll let you fellas have the floor, and then I'll clean up after you guys, and I'll give my breakdown. Obviously, I'm not going to say too much because I got a Chiefs podcast for that shit. So, Detroit Mail, kind of give me a breakdown of Dolphins Chiefs, man. Oh, before you do that, let me have this conversation real quick.
Go ahead.
For all you guys who haven't been lived in or grew up in Midwest, Northeast, colder type of states, let me have this disclaimer for you guys.
Oh no, that's what you want to say?
Well, yes, to a certain degree. Yes, to a certain degree. Please shut up trying to tell people who play in colder states to put a dome over their stadium. The fact of the matter is we're used to this type of cold. It was a little bit colder just because of the wind chill, and it had a little Arctic blast. It's just a tad bit colder than what we're normally used to. That's what we are accustomed to. If you're not from here, that's not your problem. Here's my problem with the bias here. Oh, you should have canceled the game. It's cold. They moved Pittsburgh and Buffalo. They had a
blizzard. That's a whole different thing.
Blizzard, as in they couldn't move. They couldn't, so much snow that is that much that you can't move. Here we had snow, but guess what? We could have moved freely through the city. The only problem was it was the wind chill and it was cold. All right. So here's the thing. I don't hear about the advantage in September, early October, when Miami Dolphins are sitting in South Florida and the heat index is at 120 and their bench is sitting purposely placed in the shadow part of the field. All right.
With a 30-degree difference where it could be 85 on one sideline and 115 on the visitor sideline.
Right.
They built it to have that advantage.
Exactly. And I hear no such thing as saying cancel the game. I hear no such thing. So
relocate to fucking North Dakota and toughen the fuck up, you Miami bitches.
So when things in reversed and because it's cold, it's a home field advantage. There's a home field advantage for Miami in the middle of September and early October when it's scorching hot down in Miami. And their bench is literally purposely placed in the shaded area. You trying to tell me that's not dangerous? Playing in a literally they show it on every show that the heat index is like 120 degrees. Don't give me that crap. You know what I'm saying?
You see that?
No, what is that?
It's two people sitting in the upper deck in Buffalo in the snow. That's not whited out. That's just
snow.
Fucking people.
Damn,
and it's going viral because I guess the next person to walk in the section snapped a picture of them. How fucking dumb and committed you have to be like, oh man, we got to get
mafia, baby.
Yeah, so I just needed to get that off my chest because I didn't see it all over social media of people who are not from colder states want to cry about, hey, get yourself a dome. Are you going to pay for this dome? You know, hey, that's a home field advantage. That's unfair. Cancel the game. Shut up.
We should move the game to Indianapolis where it's indoors.
Yeah, please shut up. All right. And matter of fact, it's snowing right now. So guess what? Had you moved the Chiefs game, you know what? If you moved it to Sunday, it'd have been in the same conditions. Had you moved it to today, it'd have been in the same conditions. You can't move it to tomorrow. It'll be in the same conditions.
Move it out of the winter. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. What
you gonna move to Miami? That's what they
should
have won the fucking game then against Buffalo.
We have to change venues.
You should have beat one other team above 500 if you wanted to play.
This is not a court case. You can't change.
No, it's not. It's not. So, fellas, go ahead, take the floor. I just had to get that off my chest because my thing is there is a such thing as football weather, and what we had in this game was football weather, whether you like it or not. It's not a myth. That shit is real. All right,
playing it all the time.
All the time. Thank you. Anyway, floor is yours, fellas. Go ahead, Mel.
I don't know. I wasn't surprised about the outcome. I just think that I know we ain't talked about Dallas yet, but with teams like Dallas, teams like Miami, they still have to prove that they can win in certain conditions. Miami has not proven they can win in the cold or beat a team above 500. They just haven't proved it yet. So I think that coming into this game, they do what we expect them to do. The Chiefs had a couple opportunities and they didn't take advantage of it. You know, Kelsey dropped a couple of balls.
Yes,
I was like, "What the hell's going on?" You know,
we started on that. Anyway,
and you looking like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those games," you know. But then Miami gets the ball, they can't throw a screen. They can't. I mean, they couldn't do nothing, bro. They couldn't get the run game going. I was looking like, I think I turned the channel and started watching something else, then turned it back. You know, also Miami fans, it's your fault as well for messing around with missing out. Yeah, right. That's what Nick said. So yeah, I was not.
You beat Buffalo, you're home.
Yeah,
You beat anybody over 500 besides the stanky ass Cowboys, you're home.
Cowboys don't count, sir. Cowboys don't count.
That's why I said stanky.
Yeah.
I threw the insult in. I didn't
Clear, Mel.
I didn't fuck their chest out. I said
No, I just wanted to say they don't count. That's all. I just want to say they don't count. That's all.
Okay, the Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal Cowboys. That's what they be doing.
Oh, is that a Brokeback Mountain reference?
Ooh, yes, sir.
Damn.
That was definitely what that was.
Damn.
Bang bang. Literally what they were doing in the locker room.
I go back to my.
He was teasing me.
Those are Cowboy fans.
That's the best. I will quote Bernie Mac with, I'll take it out. This whole room go dark. Kick ass.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's the best, Bernie. At the is that the Apollo? When he came
No,
out?
that's like Kings of Comedy.
When he first came out?
No, that's Kings of Comedy when they
Video you sent, but when he first came out, when he did the kick ass and the DJ.
Oh, yeah, that was Def Comedy
right?
Jam. Yeah, Def Comedy Jam.
Y'all ridiculous.
He was the best, man. I
Finish
understand.
your statement, Mel. Let's get this train back on track.
Oh, I'm
Finish-
sorry. No, I'm just saying though. I just believe that Miami, until they can prove they can win, is always gonna have this question. As always, the game. To me, when you have opportunities, they have nothing to complain about. They had several opportunities. Chiefs gave them some opportunities. They had the ball in their hand. They couldn't score. It's just like they look pitiful. They like two. It's to tell two different teams.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When they playing up, beating up on below 500 teams, they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know, they get in front of a team who is 500 and above. They look like subpar. Go ahead, Grenade.
Am I a horrible person? If you're
Yes.
watching the show, most likely yes. You watching us, odds are in that favor.
Hey,
I was about to say.
I loved it too, but I know I'm a horrible person.
What is the sacrifice that you normally make in any sport
Jesus on the cross.
when you go with speed?
Oh, sorry.
What's the seesaw? You want speed or what?
Weed.
Power.
Oh, we talking about that kind
You
of thing. I'm sorry.
sacrificing speed and you taking speed all over your team. That shit works well in September and October. When you get to this time of year, you need a good balance of power.
Yeah.
Your running backs
Mhm.
are fast.
Right.
You ain't got a power back to slam between the tackles. You're running A-chain through the fucking tackles on dives. That's not where you want him. Now, I don't want the Dolphins to win anything. I want to watch good quality football with great play calling, great play design. You're running dive after dive with A-chain because your noodle-ass fucking weak quarterback probably can't even throw a toss in the cold. You want A-chain out in space. You want linebackers chasing him to the sideline where they might slip, fall, and he just gets traction and he's gone.
Mhm.
I saw a poorly coached game by Miami. I saw a team being coached that knows they have deficiencies and flaws on offense, and they had to try to mask them. I saw a team that isn't good enough for playoff football. I saw a team that is the elite, mediocre team in the NFL. Them and the Cowboys are carbon copies of one another. They will pummel bad teams that they match up well against at home. And that's it. People want to buy the hype. Oh, we scored 70 against Denver. Fucking Denver. You didn't do it against a winning team. Oh, they were over 500 at one point during the season. No, the record of the opponent is what the record is when you play them.
Yeah.
They got over 500 7 weeks later. We beat a team. Shut the fuck up.
Are you using that phrase because
Fans
most
are
people in Miami is old?
The players are delusional. The quarterback is not a quarterback you will ever win anything with. He is a compiler in half the games. They'll have a big game. He'll throw passes to Hill or Waddle, and they'll take off and go. In games where the opposition is mismatched, this team will never win a playoff game. This team with this quarterback will never go far. I would be shocked if they even put a sheet out in front of him for him to sign. I cannot extend him. You are limited with Tua as your quarterback.
I agree.
You're limited. You will never be able to win and advance past an opening round with Tua as your quarterback. Fuck them. The Chiefs, let's be real. Chiefs got the best possible matchup in round one. They got a team that can't play on the road. They got a team that can't play in the cold, and they got a team that can't beat a team over 500. The Chiefs got a team that was at their best and healthy, still wouldn't have won this game. So I don't want to hear injuries as excuses.
Yep, you know they're gonna throw them out.
Team with speed and cold turf, grass, neutralize that.
Yeah, but to me, injury is not even an excuse, because you have what can be arguably one of the best receivers in league, and then y'all crowning Tariq as one of the best receivers. So you got two good receivers. Those are your best players anyway on your team.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about the defensive end.
I know what you're saying. But I'm saying, but they didn't even, the offense ain't perform. So to say that the offense performed and then they still lost through defense, you can say, okay, you still had everybody you needed on offense. So to me, injury is not even. You're gonna score 7 points, right?
I got a better record. As soon as I said this to Nick, as soon as the Chiefs got to 10, I said, well, that's a good game. It's over. He's like, what do you mean? I go, there's no way that the Dolphins are scoring 10 points in this weather. The game's over.
Yeah, they can't move it.
Fucking one play that they did, Tua underthrew by 7 yards that Hill had to come back for and get and make a play on.
Yeah, that was a jump ball, really. That was more
hit the brakes and do a turn ball.
Yeah, no, literally, Trent McDuffie, if he played it better, he could have picked that off, because that was a dunk. It was.
But you don't expect an NFL quarterback to throw that short,
right?
It wasn't like it was 50-mile-an-hour winds, man. You could have thrown. Mahomes threw plenty of them. Hill had you heard him fucking hit the brakes, come back, get it, and then have to fucking restart the engine. It looked like even a play they did well, you could see there's an issue with this quarterback. Everything we've said is right.
Yeah. I mean, I think you gentlemen have pretty much said it all. I'll say my quick piece and we'll keep it moving. As it comes with the Dolphins, you guys have said it. I'm not going to regurgitate it. Look, you guys gotta do better. You guys gotta defeat somebody that matters. And I'm looking at Mike McDaniels. Everybody's toting him as this offensive guru. Man, your offensive play calling was trash. It was absolutely dookie. And I get it, the injuries, so what? But you know what? The reason why I'm not letting the injuries fly is because the 35-year-old Justin Houston that you brought in still got pressure. The 34-year-old Melvin Ingram that you brought in still got some pressure against Mahomes. So I'm not falling for that. I get it. You didn't have Chubb. You didn't have Phillips. Your younger pass rushers. But the older veteran guys that you brought in there, they're still savvy at football and still got pressure.
Fresh legs, right? You contribute fresh legs to it too.
Yeah.
Right? You're not beaten up. You're not bruised and battered from the grind of the season.
Exactly. So
and you don't know what they're going to do. There's not film on them this year, really. So
yeah,
you didn't know how they were going to be utilized.
I'm not trying to hear that crap. I'm not trying to hear the injuries crap. So, it is what it is. If you can still get pressure, that means you can still get the quarterback down on the ground. And you didn't. And you know what? Chiefs offense, I'll be brief. You stick with the run game because Pacheco is your starting. He's your beginning. He's your end. I was happy to see Rashee Rice do his thing, lead in receiving, did well.
Nice game. Very, very nice game.
Right.
But here's one thing that I will say about the Chiefs offense. all those trips you got to the red zone, I need you to convert those into touchdowns because you cannot keep kicking field goals against Buffalo, Baltimore, or Houston.
Buffalo's up, touchdown to Knox.
But you know what I'm saying? You can't leave field goals on the scoreboard and leave touchdowns on the wayside. You can't do that against Buffalo, Buffalo, Baltimore, or Houston. Can't do it. But defense has done their job all year. They continue to do well. So that's all you can really say.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Lamar?
Yeah, go ahead.
As a Chiefs fan, with this game, does it change your level of confidence at all with this team, or is it just kind of all right? We got lucky. We got a good matchup with Miami, and they can't play. Like you're not chest out like after this, right? Like,
no. I was
go to Buffalo, which you're probably going to. I mean, there's a lot of concerns that Buffalo's been scoring.
To be honest, you guys have seen me talk about Chiefs all year, and I never pump my chest out because fact of the matter is I've been realistic about the offense. The fact of the matter is that's why I brought that up. Is you guys can't leave touchdowns off the board. You gotta you get in the red zone, you gotta score in playoff time. You gotta put it in the end zone. And soon as you say that, we see Buffalo already put one in the end zone on their first drive. So you got to put the football in the end zone. This is playoff time, baby. Field goals, it'll get you points, but it will also get your ass packing because you didn't turn them into touchdowns. So But let's move on because let's go to your game because I Detroit Mail because I want to spend some time.
I didn't have one, bro. What the fuck?
No, not yet.
I was just say the Jets played.
No, let's talk Rams Lions because and before you say anything, man, let me and Nick you go ahead and say what we. I want to say this. Lions, I've been trying to find a way to not give you guys your credit. I give you guys credit, but then like when it comes to picking certain games, I go against you guys and you guys prove me wrong time and time again. I can no longer do that. You guys had literally, I literally thought that Jared Goff was going to fold. I literally saw it coming. I felt it. I'm like, Jared Goff is going to do it. He's going to fold. Sean McVay knows him too well. He's going to fold. And there was a couple of times in that game where you was like, here it comes. Here it comes.
Here you go.
And to his credit, and to Ben Johnson's credit, and to Dan Campbell's credit, they put him in good positions and utilized him well of what he can do well, especially when to ice the game. That was a great call to, all right, we'll play action, boop, and threw it right to Amon-Ra St. Brown, get that first down and salt the clock away. It was a gutsy call, but it was perfect for what bodes well for Jared Goff because he is a play action bootleg king, and that was a great play call. So kudos to you guys, and kudos to that pass rush. I was looking for the pass rush of the Lions for the last few weeks. It kind of went dead for a second. Aiden Hutchinson was starting to get double teamed, and he kind of started to get neutralized. He showed up and got the pressure. He may not have got the sacks, but he got the pressure, and that's all that matters. Y'all beat the shit out of damn Matthew Stafford. Y'all said, hey, welcome back to Detroit. How's it feel? It feels like old times, getting beat up in Ford Field, right? Yeah, because you beat them up. Y'all were beating the crap out of the Rams. Y'all were very physical game plan, and you guys did the damn thing. But I love the game overall. Now I'll say this about the Rams. Man, you got a nice combo when Cooper Kupp is 100% healthy next year.
Oh, yeah.
And Puka Nacua is going to be a problem for the foreseeable future as long as they both can stay healthy. I mean, I don't know how the hell Nacua could deal what he did all year. And literally, if it wasn't for C.J. Stroud, we'd be talking about Puka Nacua for Rookie of the Year. Like, literally. So that's how good he's been. No, it was a great game. I'm glad the game came down to 1 point because it was very entertaining. No, I loved it. That was probably by far the best game of the weekend. Go ahead, big homie Nick.
And let's not forget the voting for Rookie of the Year happens before the first round of the playoffs. Stroud missing those couple games with the concussion. Puka had huge games, so it still may be. I mean, it's turned into a quarterback award. But Puka had the greatest receiver season we ever saw for a rookie. So I wouldn't sleep on him getting it. If Stroud played the whole season, it's a lock. But missing 2 games factors in, right? Some people might say, all right, this guy did it week in and week out. This guy didn't. But anyway, there was a moment yesterday, and something that I've said to you guys and on my show as well when we talked about the playoffs. You're afraid of Dan Campbell being Dan Campbell costing you in a big moment.
Yeah.
There was a 3rd and 4 for the Rams driving late in the game, and there was a holding penalty. And if they decided to accept the penalty instead of making it 4th and 4 and push them back to 3rd and 14. And I said to Nikki, I go, that could be the game. I go, if the Rams convert this, that you had them stopped. They could have tried a long field goal. But if you give them that ball there, it worked out for Cam. His team, he bet on his team, and his team answered the call and saved his ass.
And made him punt.
If they convert that, if Puka or Cup break one, and one of these wide open like posts and slants that they run with the play design to get them in the wide open, Chargers have completed their interview with Jim Harbaugh. Mike Garofalo just tweeted. Yeah,
we saw that coming.
I mean, Campbell's the team played good. Listen, they came out with an incredible game plan. 3 touchdowns, 3 drives, 21 points. Now you got to figure out how to keep it going. Now you got to figure out, okay, we prepared well all week. We came out with something that they couldn't stop. How do we continue it? Your in-game adjustments, when you see what the defense does to take away from you, is just as important as your preparation during the week. How do we counter their counter? And that's something that's a young coaching staff still in terms of playoff experience. Aaron Glenn has never coached. I think he was on the staff in the Saints for a playoff game, but he's never been the man at D coordinator. And Johnson is new in the playoff situation. So self-assessment last night and today from a coaching staff, I think they left a lot of points out there. I think the game could have been a lot more wide open than it was. You can't question the talent that the Lions have. All the questions have been sideline based, in my opinion. So this team is hungry. This team is going to be home again with the Cowboys losing their game. You're going to have either the Bucs or the Eagles coming in.
It'd be the Bucs.
I agree. It very well should be the Lions in the NFC Championship. Now, whether that's Green Bay coming into them, which would be fucking amazing for the Lions to have the NFC Championship at home, or going to San Francisco. But I think right now, if you had a bet on anything, right now it's a lock that the Lions are the one team that you could say is in the conference championship next week. So, well, congratulations, man. It's got to be awesome. It was fun watching the fans celebrate. I ain't gonna lie, man. I even had like a little tear in my eye when they showed like the fans at the end again. Oh, yeah. I'm like, I root for the underdog, man. From 1993 to now without a playoff win.
91.
Oh, was it? Okay.
No, they haven't had a playoff game in Detroit since 93. They haven't won one since 91.
I mean, I can relate to a fan who's been beaten down and battered and disappointed for a very long time. So I think it's really, really cool what's going on there. Barry, Calvin coming back and being a part of it. I mean, Detroit is one of those teams that never won anything, but we always talk about Hall of Fame players, right? And we say, can you tell the story of football without that player? Detroit's that team that, like, is the equivalent. Like, they haven't won a lot. They as regular season, they don't have a great playoff thing. But there are so many amazing players that have come through Detroit. There's so many amazing moments that have happened with Detroit. To see them and see the fan base get it was my highlight of the weekend.
Yeah.
So, congrats, Mel.
And real quick, Mel, I know the feeling that you went through, because when Alex Smith won the first playoff game in 27 years for Kansas City, I was like, I know that feeling. And then how you see your team year after year get better, and you're like, all right, they're trending in the right direction. I've been in that position before, so man, I know it feels great, because you're like, whoo, I thought I was never gonna see this.
Yeah.
Because man, there was times I was like, man, I don't even think I'll ever see a Royals or Chiefs championship, and I got to see both. So like, I feel like I live my life now, so my sports life at least.
Right.
But now go ahead, man.
This be the only franchise I haven't seen in Detroit win anything was the Lions.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole storyline, if you think about it, is good. They show a season ticket holder that has season tickets. I think he's
in his 90s.
Yeah, he saw like the Lions win the championship before the Super Bowl era.
Yeah,
and he just and this is now he finally sees them win their first playoff game. So you had that storyline. You had Stafford coming back to the D playing. Then you had Jared Goff playing against his former team. You had Reynolds playing against his former team. It's like 4 or 5 players from the Rams that's playing against their former team. And so you had that storyline. And then it's just like, as a Lions fan, they made you afraid to believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they win the game, you be like, oh, we don't want to say nothing because, what's going to happen the next game and that kind of thing. But they just changed the culture. I like the fact that they got Barry and Calvin to come back. Because Calvin had issues. He had issues with the organizations, and they had him to come back. Not only come back, but be a part of it to contribute. You had Big Sean, Eminem on the sideline. Hell, you see a lot of different people coming and buying into it. That's all great. Now you see the culture change. Now you want to see it produced on the field. And then what I saw yesterday when I was watching, first half is still the same thing I need Dylan to fix. First half, brilliant, looking good. Those second half adjustments, they kind of get sluggish sometimes, and I was like, oh, here we go. And started letting them score.
You was waiting for it.
I was like, here we go. Now, the thing I'll say is about Dan Campbell. Some of his things he do, I don't have a problem with. I understand what you were saying, Nick, about taking the penalty, not taking the penalty. That part right there don't bother me as much, because it bothers me when, like we talked about the Cowboys game, when he kept going for the 2-point conversion to kick. Those things bother me more than that, because those things, like, if it works, you're a genius. If it don't, you're an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So
they worked yesterday. So
he's a genius. You know what I'm saying? Right.
It's such a great result. Like, he had a couple moments where his team bailed him out, where it's like, oh shit, is this going to be that? That seesaw moment where the momentum changes. But
where I did like what he did, he took the field goal on that 4th and 4 play. Even though you don't know, because outside of they ain't changed field goal kicker so much, I forgot the kicker name. But they changed so many. I mean, that's outside his range. He haven't kicked the 54-yarder, in a long time. But he had confidence enough to say, okay, I'm gonna go in and let him kick the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 4. And really, that could be you can say that's the deciding game, because they didn't kick that 3 points, and the Rams scored 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rams win the game.
Yeah.
So the fact this is playoff football, and he did that. I like that. Now, as far as the game, the way they play, I think the defense still is an issue, especially when it comes to the pass defense. Yeah. It's like people are getting chunk yards on them. Now, one thing I do like about this team is that they find a way to make a play when they need to. Now, you can argue that was a hold that they getting called, but there's a lot of plays getting called out there.
Hey, that's been football.
That's just football. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as blatant as the offsides call when the defense went offsides. You clearly see they went offsides, and they called illegal formation. They called they called on the Lions. I can't think of it. Yeah, thank you. They called it a false start. But you got to overcome those things. That's what good teams have to learn how to do. Overcome those things when it happens. So I think it was a great game. I like what they're doing. And the last thing I say is that it's funny how before the season I said, okay, hey, if they win at least 10, 11 games and make a playoff, that's a good season. Now they done that. Now you want more. And before it's kind of like, oh, they do that, we good. I ain't gonna be upset, blah blah blah. Now they done that. Okay,
first time
I need y'all to win the next game.
It's like that old Come on, baby, just the tip.
Right,
Like,
right.
yeah, like, oh man, I want more. I want more. I
Right,
wasn't
right.
done.
Hey, baby, let me stick the head in. You see that? Just the head? Yeah. I don't want to do nothing else. Just the head, baby. All right. Put the head in. The next
Right.
thing
The next thing you know, Super Bowl.
hey, baby, here's a towel. Here you go, baby.
Here's a towel for your wet spot.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought both teams left points on the field yesterday. I thought both teams deserve to win.
Yeah,
but I also think both teams deserve to lose, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
whatever way that game
I thought
ended,
the same way.
yeah, whatever way that game ended, I think as football,
We wouldn't have been surprised either way.
Insider, it would have been like, all
Good
right,
game.
yeah, like if you lost, there's reasons you lost. If you won, there was reasons that you won. But you could flip it. If Rams kick a field goal and make it, you would be like, all right, they could have done this differently. Rams could have done this differently. I thought it was an evenly matched game. I thought each team did things well. I thought each team failed to make adjustments to finish drives. There was something said, what you said, one of the concerns going forward. Now, if I'm you, I want the Eagles to win because the Eagles can't cover the pass downfield and the Eagles can't pass it downfield right now. If I'm you, I'm rooting for the Eagles because the Bucs can get the ball downfield. The Bucs can get Mike Evans. And something they said yesterday during the broadcast was the Lions want to play zone, but Stafford's not missing against zone. But then when they play man-to-man, they're burning them and getting huge chunks.
Right.
So from that aspect, if I'm sitting there in the Lions hat right now, I want the Eagles coming in because I think we can exploit them more on each side of the ball. And even though they got the playoff pedigree and all that, sometimes it's good to go punch the defending conference champ in the mouth and take that shit from them rather than somebody who might come in and throw caution to the wind like the Bucs, who, if they win a playoff game, have exceeded expectations, they could just go, fuck it, there's no pressure.
You know what, Nick? It's funny that you say that because if you go Philly, you can honestly say that the pressure's not on us anymore.
Yeah.
Because Philly is the defending conference champions. Yeah. Because then now you be in that position as Tampa Bay, but like, hey man, we can throw caution to the wind, play with house money. We ain't got no pressure. We didn't already kill the losing streak in the playoffs. You know, we done beat the drought. It's been since '91. Well, reset that clock. We good now. So it's like, hey, it's on you, Eagles. Because right now, the way the Eagles is looking. And y'all was just in the Super Bowl a year ago, and y'all looking like straight butt cheeks right now, man. Y'all looking real, tasty for the liking to catch an L. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking real suspect right now. So I think that's a good point, Nick, that you can easily flip that momentum into your favor and take the pressure off of you guys and just play carefree football and hell, next thing you know, you fuck around and being in the NFC Championship game. But regardless.
They got that us against the world mentality. They
live by it. Detroit versus everybody. It's on everybody's t-shirt.
They
I know you got plenty of them.
Pride in that environment, right? Like,
they love it.
Want the defending NFC champs coming in. Nobody respects us. They think that they can just turn it on and beat the Bucs. They think they're gonna waltz in here and do the same thing. You can motivate the fuck out of a locker room with that mentality. Pickens fumbled. They ruled it a fumble.
I just saw it. They ruled it a fumble.
The game now on what is the game now on Peacock?
No, it's on CBS. I'm actually surprised by that.
It's on Paramount if you have it.
What they're saying, he caught it, came down with 2 feet, and made a football move to try to tuck it
forward. It's a football move, right?
Yeah.
Well, that lunge creates a football move. You are trying to gain more yardage.
Nick, you remember 2014? Dez Bryant did the same thing. They called it incomplete. That's the same thing. That's the same move. Anyway,
there's a touchdown Buffalo on the first play to Kincaid.
We'll talk about that another day. But
13-0 Bills right now.
Yeah, looks like they're. The
route is on.
Yeah, it's looking real bad. Anyway, let's get to the main event of what everybody in the NFL world wants to talk about.
Taylor Swift.
No. Why?
I thought you were going to talk about the biggest story in sports this weekend.
What's that?
My North Carolina Tar Heels moving up to number 4 in the country.
Yeah, nobody care about that bullshit, man.
No.
Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers go into Arlington, and they put the beat down on them Dallas Cowboys. So don't let that score fool you. That was a rout.
Yeah.
That was a beat.
them, bro.
They demolished Green Bay. I mean, straight beat down city.
I love every moment of it.
You know what?
That whole game was a McDonald's commercial.
Right.
I'm loving it. That whole game was McDonald's.
Well, let's break down the game first, and then we'll talk a couple of topics after that. So we'll talk about McCarthy and stuff after the fact. Let's talk about the game. Go ahead, Nick. Give me your breakdown of Packers Cowboys.
I don't know how anyone can watch that game and say there's no Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That game was a blessing from up above. That game was a gift from the heavens. Man, where do I even start with it? Everything that we've said about the Cowboys is true again. They can beat up on bad. They're the Dolphins of the NFC. They can beat up on bad teams. They can have their quarterback with a 5-touchdown game against the shitty defense. They can sack the quarterback, but they can't stop the run. We saw that. We saw Jones go nuts. Coincidence that Aaron Jones is from Texas? Coincidence that Jerry Jones likes to sleep around with different type of women? No, he might be the next owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He might be.
Might be his son.
He might be in the Jones. We got to get a DNA or 23andMe done for Aaron Jones because we know Jerry did some crazy shit back in the day.
Wow.
I'm not ruling it out. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, man.
You saw a quarterback who once again can't deliver in a big moment. You saw a quarterback. He missed Lamb on his first throw on like a 7-yard comeback on the sideline, and Lamb had to jump back in. And I looked at Nicky. I go, he's off. I go, Cowboys aren't winning. He goes, it's one throw. I go, don't matter. When the moment is too big for you, you're off.
It's immediate.
When the pressure is on you and it's getting to you, you're off. It's visible to football fans. It's visible to haters. It's visible to anybody who thinks logically.
Wait, hold on.
One throw.
Are you admitting that you're a hater?
Or are you just saying you both football fan and hater?
I'm just saying.
Hater. I'm the one that watches the video that Bleacher Report sends out when Dallas Stadium opens up the standing room only and all these fucking fat sloths
running.
I'm the one looking and scanning for the one that falls down and gets trampled. That's what I'm hoping for watching that video. That's how much I despise. I had somebody I used to work with who I hate more than life itself, and God forgive me.
I didn't work with you.
No, you're good. It ain't work. This is a hobby.
I can't.
So, I love it. I absolutely love it. The best text I got yesterday was my buddy who's a Giant fan, right as the commercial for the fourth quarter hit. And he goes, an entire fourth quarter of Fox showing sad Cowboys fans. He's like, this is gonna be the best quarter of football I ever watched in my life. And how about this? The not the stickers, but the messages that they put on the back of the helmet now.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott played that entire game with the message "Be Love." Motherfucker, if you were Jordan Love, your team might have won the game, but you couldn't be Love.
That's crazy.
Bro, did you see the meme they did? You ever see the Wiz?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Michael Jackson did the thing with the scarecrow, you can't win.
Watch the Wiz, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yo,
I had my man's on the goalpost singing, you can't win, bruh. Bruh. Hilarious.
Wait, first of all, look at your background. What does it say?
Oh, that's me.
He looked up like he was gonna read it behind him. Did you see that? He bought into his own CGI.
It says, me watching them boys blow another one. Pause.
And
Hey.
if you would have had the Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal picture, that would have been the best. But listen, it's another Cowboy offseason of how do you fix this team?
Right.
How do you get them over the hump?
We'll talk about how you fix it in a second. Trust.
You look at the quarterback, and he's Tua. 36 touchdowns, led the league and had big games. But when you break down and don't look at the big picture, when you break him down into game by game, play by play, you see a guy who has inconsistencies in his game. You see a guy that can hold his offense back in big moments. You see a guy that when there's pressure, he doesn't respond to it. He will do great on a 1:00 game in the first weekend of November, and that's not on national television. He will have a huge game against a shitty Giant team on Monday night or Sunday to open up the season. You will have the fans of Dallas clamoring for MVP. But you have to your value has to show in the postseason for you to be taken seriously as an NFL quarterback. And you have not shown the ability to get over the hump, to win a game. The New York Jets have not made the playoffs in 14 seasons and still have more playoff wins as an organization than the Cowboys do since the year 2000.
Damn. Yeah, because they got
Mark Sanchez had 4 playoff wins on the road. And to this day, Mark Sanchez is still tied with Romo and Dak for playoff wins with 4. Romo and Dak have 2 each.
Damn.
You are looking at a team that is missing something. You've brought in different coaches. Same issue. You blamed Garrett because he couldn't get Dak over the hump. McCarthy's done worse with Dak. Dak can't get out of the wild card round here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a huge story what they do. I don't expect McCarthy to finish the next day or two as the coach. I expect Jerry Jones to be making calls already.
No, he was making calls. You saw that clip where
in the game.
He was like, "Hey man, give my phone. Let me call somebody."
Call Belichick's agent, and what's it going to take?
Oh yeah,
what's it going to take? You want $20 million? You want $40 million for 2 years? Come here. This team is built. We need coach.
We'll discuss that in a second because
let me just
don't have to marinate on this.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Kudos to LaFleur.
Oh yeah.
Kudos to Jordan Love. Kudos to the Green Bay Packers. There were guys wide open. When you talk about hiring an elite offensive mind, that's a guy that in a big game gets you guys wide open through play design, through scheme, through finding flaws in the opposition. And you saw guys wide open time and time again. And as a Jet fan, it's encouraging to me to see a team that doesn't have one guy on the offensive line drafted in the first round find the right guys that fit your scheme to bully a team around. And the Green Bay Packers, hats off to you. Fantastic job. Shanahan against LaFleur next week is going to be a coaching clinic. Like, I'm going to sit there and study what they do in this game. It's going to be fun.
No doubt. I think it's going to be, and not to get too far ahead, I actually think it's going to be a very competitive Packers and Niners game. LaFleur is going to he's going to show out and do his best to take down the mighty 49ers. But so Dallas Cowboys, especially your fans. You know what? Hey, let me spend a second on the fans because we do this every year with you fans.
Notice none of them are in the chat today. That's weird.
Yeah,
the Cowboys fans disappear the day after a loss.
Well, matter of fact, I haven't been able to find one on any social media.
Nowhere online, nowhere. They all went on vacation.
They must have left with the team. So,
let me call them all. The number you called has been disconnected.
Yeah, are y'all still them boys? Are y'all anyway?
You got a better chance of Bill Clinton say, "Yeah, I fucked them kids," than a Cowboy fan answering the phone today.
Hey yo,
Well, damn.
hey, Bill was on the list. Hey, stop playing.
The list. Bill wrote the list. Bill was the one sending invites, bro. I'm the former president. I gotta know who I can trust.
Hey yo, but look, Cowboys fans, particularly y'all. I'm talking to y'all
again.
Yeah, I'm talking to y'all, and we'll discuss the Cowboys in a second. So here's the problem, Cowboys fans, you guys. So the fact of the matter is you guys do this every year, this little vicious cycle. All right. And the vicious cycle is the season starts. That's step one. Step two is you beat up on bad teams, That's step two. Step three is fans get delusional. And that happens about, around October. After you done beating up on some bad teams. And then by the time you get to playoff times, you guys were at this stage. We them boys, this our year. That's where y'all was at before the game started. Now, after the game ended, y'all was at the choke in the playoffs. That's the stage that y'all were at. All right. And then you got two more stages that y'all gonna go through. All right. And this happened right after the game too. Y'all start burning jerseys and destroying your TVs. So I saw a couple of that. I saw a little bit of that. And then
man, I think Texas gotta have the highest rate of TVs being bought and sold. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of the country does, because all these fake ass fans who live around the rest of the country, like, I was born in the 90s and they were good then, so I'm gonna root for this team.
So we saw that, and then the last stop is you're gonna make excuses why they lost. The only problem with that step is when it comes to yesterday, you can't find any excuses on why you lost. You just got your ass kicked. There's no excuses. I mean, there's nothing you can really make up on that stage right there. And then you guys are going to start it over by the time training camps come. So, but the point is if I'm a fan, like, at what point do you say, man, enough is enough?
I gotta walk away, especially if I don't live in Texas too.
They go through this vicious cycle every year.
Learn like I did. I learned how to shut up, don't say nothing.
Oh yeah, trust. I mean, look,
now you learn how to do that.
Look, when the Chiefs weren't winning they shit, I say a little bit, but when I wouldn't say much. I just keep about my business. You understand what my loyalty was, but I wasn't loud and boisterous. The fact of the matter is you, some of my bitches, is loud and boisterous and loud and wrong.
After one game, one game played.
You loud and wrong in preseason.
For real. Did you see what they did in preseason? Oh, man, that'll be good. That'll be good. I'm telling you, man. We them boys.
Loud and wrong in preseason.
They were undefeated in preseason, man. I was Super Bowl.
You know what I'm looking forward to with them?
What's that?
This Patriots fans. They had their run, and now they're bad, right? So there aren't kids all over the country becoming Patriots fans anymore. A lot of them jumped ship when Brady left.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to be checked for mental health and mental illness. If you are choosing the Cowboys as your team at a young age and it's not family based, like my hope and goal is that the entire fan base dies off and then they have no one rooting for them, because they've never done anything good in order for people to hop onto their bandwagon.
Yeah.
Like the bandwagon empty with balls of hay rolling around and just little critters scampering along because there's no fan base left.
Hey, man, look.
That's my goal for them and my wish.
This has been a great week. Michigan won. The Red Wings won. The Lions won. And the Pistons just won a game.
Ooh, what?
I'm about to go play something, the lottery or something.
Hey, hold on, one today on
they just beat Washington. I'm about to go play the lottery. I'm about to go do something.
You know what you need to do? You got to test this right now.
Yes,
you got to do the one thing you've never done. You got to go on a date and not bring the pills. You got to say, does she like me for me?
You're going too far, sir. I'm not doing that.
Watch this. We know.
Pump your brakes, sir. Pump your brakes.
You're like doing too much. You're doing too much. He's
I was
like,
with you at first.
hey, now you're asking for me.
Right. My name is Jermel, not Jesus.
Hey, it's funny you said that.
Mel's never had to ask the question. I'm surprised he laughed earlier, Lamar. He's never had to ask the question. Come on, baby, just the tip.
Hey,
For him, it's always been, come on, baby, just take a sip.
It's more like, come on, baby, wake up.
you gotta go. You gotta go. No, man. Hey, I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing at you guys at these Cowboys fans because, like, yeah, I don't know. If at some point I would just give up. I'd be like, yeah, I can't do this no more. It hurts too much on my soul and my heart. But to the game.
I got a text today that said that, by the way. From a
Oh, really?
You know from Chop, Anthony Grasso,
Yeah.
Cowboy fan, Scary Good.
Yeah.
He's my buddy from high school I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me a text today and says, I don't know I could take this anymore. I might just become a Jet fan. And I said, go ahead. I go, the best part about being a Jet fan is that when they crush your heart, it's 4 plays into the season. You ain't got to commit to the whole year.
That's wild.
But getting that text, like it's even better than expected because diehard, long 48-year-old fans are now saying, "I can't take this shit.
Can't take this shit no more, bro."
Man, I just want to say we was on what's that Flo and them show, and Flo was a no show.
Oh no. He was in the middle of
I'm messing my narrative.
Nah, no. My bad. No. Because Mel knows Flo was in the middle of training because he's in the armed services, so he couldn't be on the show.
Do not give that man a weapon today.
Right, for real.
Not give that man a weapon. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Like Full Metal Jacket.
Cowboys fan a weapon today? Oh,
You don't think of that,
Lord.
dog?
Thoughts and prayers, man.
I didn't even think of that. But no, man.
Full Metal Jacket all over again.
No, but here's the thing. And I'm gonna start with
the Cowboys. This is for fun. We get in the playoffs. We can't win one.
I'm gonna start with the Packers. I'm sorry, Jordan Love. I was on your train at the beginning of the season, then you started kind of coming back down to earth, and I jumped off your bandwagon. I apologize, sir, because I didn't know that you had this in you. I thought it was a fluke what you did to us when the Chiefs went to Green Bay. I thought it was a fluke. I really did. There were some throws yesterday that man threw. I was like, you might have learned something from Aaron Rodgers. Because there was some Aaron Rodgers-esque type of throws he kind of completed yesterday, and I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, whoa, okay. And then, like you said, the Matt LaFleur. I mean, what a game plan he put together.
Right.
Because we got to remember this. Dan Quinn was getting talked about as possible another candidate to take some jobs for one of these head coaching jobs that are open. After what I saw yesterday, I got to take your ass off the list. You are a defensive coordinator, sir. Yeah, because you did not have your boys ready. And I got to point this out. For how great Micah Parsons is, this is how great Matt LaFleur is. The chip blocks that Aaron Jones was putting on Micah Parsons yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, kiss.
Straightened him up, elevated him, took the leverage away, slowed him down.
Oh my!
Now talk about that shit on your podcast.
Oh my goodness! Aaron Jones was not afraid to put the chip block on Micah Parsons yesterday, and he put some good ones on him. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the good ones that Micah Parsons had to go to the sideline and get checked out a couple of times. He put the damn chipstick on him, and what a great game plan! Slowed that pass rush down, gave your boy Jordan Love all the time he needed to dissect and go through his progressions, and man, he dissected that defense. Ron Bland, who they was, we don't miss Trayvon Diggs. Well, Deron Bland is just another version of Trayvon Diggs, feast or famine type of quarterback, where the interceptions look cute, but you're getting burned. He was getting burned on them double moves.
Right.
killed. I gotta give it to the Packers offense. There's no, I don't. Who are you? Who are these wide receivers? I've never heard of not one of these motherfuckers.
Well, I have in college.
Well, I'm joking, but the average,
yeah, average
in college from them.
So what?
You weren't watching North Dakota State and Christian Watson, or you weren't watching. Where did Jalen Reed even go to college?
I watched a couple of games. I ain't watched all of them.
Where did Jalen Reed go to college?
I don't know about Jalen Reed. I'm talking about Dubs.
Where did Romeo Dobbs go to college?
I seen them play. I can't remember.
I'm just like they're no-name guys from no-name schools, and they go in there. They've done it for years. Donald Driver was a big pick.
I forgot about Donald Driver.
Devontae Adams went to Fresno State. No one knows where Jordy Nelson went to school.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Randall Cobb. These weren't Florida State, Alabama. They find fucking guys that play the receiver position so well, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really a testament to that organization and how they just find their guy and create and coach and develop.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was like, who the hell is Jordan Love throwing to?
We didn't even throw to Jalen Reed. I had Jalen Reed prop for 5 catches. He had no catches entering the fourth quarter. They had 40 fucking points.
At some point in time, I'm like, are y'all gonna cover Romeo Dobbs? He is killing y'all, like literally. So the play concepts that LaFleur put up together was masterful. This was an undressing from coaching to players, from top to bottom. I don't care how you slice it. I mean, it was just an undressing of the Cowboys, from the coaching to the players. They got out executed, they got out coached, they got out hit, they got out punched, they got out everything. Name something, they got outed. All right,
they got out of the playoffs.
So I'm not going to say too much about the Cowboys because it ain't much to talk about. No. It was all, to me, this is about Green Bay. They did the damn thing. They deserved every last bit of. They almost put up 50 points.
Yeah,
for real.
And they could have.
Oh yeah.
They took 3 drives off and had guys out. With 8 minutes left, Aaron Jones was out of the game, and then they put him back in with 350 to try to help get a first down.
Aaron Jones had a monster day. My man had a monster day. Great game from him. So, I mean, I'll let you talk about the Cowboys, man. I don't even want to talk about them because there ain't nothing to talk about. Them Packers went in there and they rolled. They rolled, man. That was just masterclass from top to bottom what they did. But go ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying. My biggest thing now is that now you're the Cowboys. What do you do? I mean, I think you can say, okay, bring in Belichick. That's what everybody's screaming. Bring in Belichick. Bring in Belichick. That might not be the answer.
Well, hold on. We'll talk about it. So that's my biggest thing. I know, me knowing you guys, because we've been doing podcasts together for a while now. I know the answer to this question is very rhetorical for us, but I gotta ask it. You stick with McCarthy?
No, you don't.
Yes, because he can't win. Stick that.
I mean, it'd be nice for people like us who wants to just make fun of him. Yeah, but you don't. I mean, here's my thing. I don't think it's just McCarthy, because if Jason Garrett couldn't win with Dak Prescott, do you bring McCarthy in? He can't win with Dak Prescott. So that's still a common denominator with Dak being there. Now you got, and I think that McCarthy just made it worse because he's just a worse coach than Garrett was. Just that plain and simple. Just the decisions he made, the play calling. He's better off when he has somebody calling the plays than him making the plays. The Cowboys look better in play calling then.
What an interception. Holy shit. Yeah,
I just saw it.
He didn't even see the ball coming and just turned and it was like in his hand. What a
play. Behind? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, you behind. Yeah. You got that bootleg internet, bro. It's okay.
I gotta turn it on late.
You got the Chinese DVD that you bought at the bowling alley, huh?
Young Kim.
I got Dark Knight. I bought it. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it. We had a guy come in buy DVD, sell DVD.
Oh yeah, everybody had a DVD, man. Come to the box.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying though. So I don't necessarily think that Belichick gonna be the savior of the organization. No, I just don't. I think that Jerry Jones part of the problem. I think from top to bottom, they have a lot of issues from them being a winning team. I don't think it's just this one thing. Now, you do get rid of McCarthy because he proved he can't do nothing. But what about Dak?
Mm.
What you gonna do with Dak?
Dak's contract. Dak's
his money's too large, bro. Yeah.
Anything, they're gonna have to extend it, which is just awesome for the rest of us.
But here's the thing though. You extend his contract. You bring in another check.
No.
Losing. Hold on, I'm saying you keep losing.
I extend them and trade them.
Yeah, you know what you do. I mean, it's like you got so many issues on that team. Around some good players. Around some good players. Don't get me wrong. You got some good players there too. But I think it's more of Dak and the rest of the organization. I think Jerry Jones is part of the problem.
Yes.
The way he I draft stars to the drafting players for the system.
Well, that's why you're an owner and not a scout.
Right.
So right now, Dak's cap number is $59 million next year.
Wait, hold on. Time the fuck out. Wait. Say that again.
As of right now, the cap number on Dak for next year is $59.45 million.
See,
they can't cut him because it'll be a $61 million dead money hit.
See,
if they cut him after June 1st, it's a $25 million cap hit with $34 million savings.
I'll take that.
If they trade him pre-June 1st, it's 61 dead. If they trade him after June 1st, it's 25 dead and 34 million savings.
Oh, yep. I'm calling somebody.
If they restructure it, they can save 21 million. If they give them an extension, they can save 26 million. Now, the entire contract.
Shit. 59 million? For that performance? For a dude that literally all his stats came from behind in garbage time because they was getting their ass kicked. The man threw a pick six. That guy threw 2 interceptions. That guy, 59 million?
That guy.
Shit.
Now he's
shit
owed
me.
What's left?
Shit me, dog.
2 years. 60. There's 96 million left the next 2 years.
Hell no.
Damn.
Hell no. 96 million 2 years?
Yeah, the cap hits due. That's not even including the bonuses and cash paid out. It's the cap number is 59.45 and then 30.
This goes to your point. This goes to your point that Jerry Jones is at fault for this. You don't give that guy that contract.
Right.
You don't give him that contract.
Let's say from a business standpoint, you don't give nobody a contract you can't get out of.
That's business suicidal.
Period. Because you never know. I mean, you are in a sport where any day now, anytime now, someone's career could be ended, or someone's talent won't be the same the following year. It happens all the time. We see it with players all the time. You don't give no one no contract you can't find a way to get out of. Period.
How do you make yourself contractually obligated to a guy like you said? Okay. Let me have this conversation real quick. This goes back to when all them people were giving Cam Newton hell for when he said the game manager versus game changer comments, and he threw Dak's name in there. Y'all owe that man an apology because he's not wrong. He wasn't wrong.
I'm watching how this motherfucker dressed. I can't apologize to him.
Well, I mean, I have your personal feelings, but what the statement is true.
Yeah, you're right.
He said, I'm not saying it as being a game manager is a bad thing. All I'm asking you as a game manager is to not throw interceptions and be the reason why we lost. Was Dak Prescott?
Yeah, what he said is facts. What he said is facts. If people get up in an uproar about stuff, you know what I'm saying, they don't really listen to what you're actually saying. They don't get to the root of the point of what you're making. Is hear certain keywords. There's nothing wrong being a game manager. That's what people are. Some people are. Put it this way. NFL,
game managers don't cost you the game.
Right.
People look
Right.
at it as an insult or,
Right.
or a step down on somebody.
Mhm.
A game manager, Ben Roethlisberger, when they were winning Super Bowls, was a game manager. He didn't cost you the game.
Right.
He was asked to get you one drive late. We're going to keep it low. We're going to run the ball. We're going to play field position. We're going to play defense, manage the game, and we will save your best passing plays for one key drive late in the
Tom
game.
Brady is a game manager.
There's no insult in being a game manager.
Right.
But fans want to believe they all have a top quarterback, and it's the fans who get all caught up, and it's a term that people look down upon. Bullshit.
Tom Brady's a
Win
game manager.
the fucking game.
Right.
Tom Brady's a game manager. Peyton Manning's a game manager. But they didn't cost you the game.
Oh my God.
They would make plays.
Oh my God.
What, James Cook?
Josh Allen just had a 60-something yard touchdown run, running through people. Steelers gave up.
Now.
It looked like he was going to slide, and then he just accelerated, but he didn't do the fake slide. He put his shoulders down, and like a gap just opened that he should have never been able to get through. The Steelers quit.
They are throwing snow everywhere.
The Steelers quit.
How does this?
53 yards. He took it from the 40 after the drop back.
Yeah, that was weak defense. That's weak.
The sign of a team that quit.
And that's you don't normally see that from a Mike Tomlin team neither. That was weak. Anyway, AP says did they lose because of Dak or the defense? It's a combination of both.
Combination of both, man.
Yeah, it was the defense didn't show up. I know you enjoyed that as a Washington Commanders fan. They didn't show up. And Dak does what we've always criticized him for. It's coming up short in big games.
Right.
I mean, how many more games are we going to? And you talking about that cap hit that you just read off? No way, I can't give you them.
They can't move them. You're talking 34 million dead.
Yeah,
on the cap.
That's a lot.
Now, let's add to this conversation. If you're a Bill Belichick, you want to go there with that? You had Tom Brady. You won with Tom Brady. If I'm Belichick, I can't entertain going to Dallas because the reason you lose was always the reason I won. My quarterback play.
True.
Belichick's going to go with the best available quarterback.
He should, yeah. But here's excuse me. Here's my counteract to that. When you look at the roster of the Cowboys and what they got on both sides of the ball, I mean, we've said it a million times on this show. There's not too many teams that can match the Cowboys talent for talent on paper. And you give Bill Belichick that type of talent, you can easily say he's never had that same amount of talent in any Patriots team that he's ever coached.
He's never had that individual talent, but Belichick's strength has always been getting the most out of the lesser talented guys and finding a way to maximize their talent. And you're also going to have guys who are buying into a scheme where their numbers might not be great, but we're going to use you, Parsons, as the decoy to open up other people.
I think Parsons with Belichick would be great.
It's a recipe for disaster, and I hope it happens because I could see players being furious. The Dallas Cowboy players want a coach who McCarthy don't make headlines. McCarthy don't yell on the sideline. It's a passive coach, right? Belichick will voice his displeasure with you. Belichick will rip the defense apart. The egos in the locker room will not be able to handle the criticism that comes with playing for a Belichick team. So how
does that work with the dynamics of Jerry Jones and Belichick?
Jerry's a sensitive ass owner. Jerry will have a microphone in front of his face after every game. Jerry loves that. Jerry wants questions. Jerry wants media attention. Jerry wants media conversation about his team. Jerry wants the Cowboy brand being spoken about left and right. This creates that dynamic.
That's how you create $1 billion a year in revenue.
We're talking more about the Cowboys in a loss than we would talk about them in a win. So the disappointment and the failure gets the brand out there more because love them or hate them, you're discussing them.
Yep. Facts.
The biggest discussion would be Belichick. How is it going to work? Can the team buy in? Who comes in? Does he bring McDaniels in and try to turn Prescott into a game manager? Do you go get Derrick Henry and team him with Pollard with a couple of all pros on the front line?
That's actually not a bad idea.
Transition to a run team instead of a pass team. Do you trade CeeDee Lamb to get a killing?
Oh, no. You don't trade CeeDee Lamb. You trade everybody else.
Lamb's got the most value, and he doesn't have the contract yet.
Yes, he's still on his rookie contract. Yes, but what I'm saying is,
so you trade that, and then you build up. You take a defensive lineman. You take a beast of a middle linebacker instead of trying to convert a safety up there, and people just run down your fucking throat.
Yeah, but that's actually not a bad take because you do got Jake Ferguson, their tight end, who I think that really loves having a connection with. Obviously, he threw him all the touchdowns in those garbage times. I mean, it's that Bill won't have full control because of Jerry. I think that's a true point too, just because of how Jerry Jones operates that franchise. I mean,
if Jerry wants to win, Jerry will give up control. But Jerry wants control because he's an egomaniac. So it's just there's so much fun to look at when you hate this team, right? There's so like the owner's a fuck up. Most owners after this many years of failure of you picking the players might say, all right, I'm not going to do it no more. My son's not going to do it no more. Let's bring in someone to do it. And maybe they construct the team better. Sure, you can find talent.
Yeah.
But how do you win games? You win games with chemistry. You win games with selflessness. There's too much individual talent for the Cowboys to win. They need more grunts. They got enough generals on the field. They need more grunts. And the Kansas City Chiefs just picked up a safety, Trey Dean from the Jets. He's a rookie from Florida. Kid's a fucking physical kid, man. You'll like that kid if he gets any action.
Yeah, he'll be the he'll probably be just for depth chart purposes. We'll see. So I mean this is just yeah. And right now, if anybody's watching the game right now of Bills and Steelers,
Get annihilated.
Yeah, they had
looking like Dallas yesterday.
Yeah, the Steelers are looking like they had no business being here.
Just like the Cowboys yesterday.
Right.
They have no business being in here. Being the team.
NFC East champions. There's no fucking parade. When you're a champ, and this goes for every division, but the Cowboys fans love this. They throw out the word champions for winning a division. When you win a division in the NFL, you beat 3 other teams. 2 of most of the time are complete and utter dog shit, like Washington and the Giants were this year. Champions get a ring. Champions get a parade. Champions, you won your division. Stop. Nobody calls themselves the Group A champions in World Cup when they fucking win their group to move on. That's all the NFL is. There's 8 divisions. There's 32 teams. Win your division. You're not a fucking champion for winning your division.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, let's move on. Here's one topic I wanted to discuss real quick. It finally took Caleb Williams to today to finally announce that he was going to the draft. And of course, there's a lot of speculation and things talked about as in he would like for Chicago Bears to move off that number 1 pick, to move off of it, saying like, hey, I wouldn't want to go to Chicago, blah, blah, blah. So what do you guys make of quarterbacks, kind of making certain, I guess, not necessarily demands, but making statements to say, hey, man, you draft me, I'm not coming. Go ahead, man. What you think of situations like that?
Eli Manning.
John Elway.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it happens.
Jim Kelly.
My thing is,
types of quarterbacks say
if you allow it.
You did that?
Hey, Jim Kelly said, I'd rather go to the USFL and play with the Houston Steam.
Okay. All right.
didn't play with. I can't remember what franchise said they was going to draft him.
Yeah. So my thing is, you can't don't fault the player, fault the NFL for letting it happen.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If you stop it from happening, they can say all they want. You know, but until you stop it from happening, I don't think it's. I'm not gonna blame the player for that. You can say all you want.
Yeah.
It's like your child; they can say all they want, but I get final say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's like, yeah, you can say you want to go, but this is the NFL. You come to play with us. I make the rules, but they keep giving concessions to these quarterbacks and letting them go where they want to go. Each year you're gonna start seeing it more and more. People say, oh, "I want to go there."
Yeah,
I want to go there.
Yeah,
it's a privilege to come play in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not too many people can get there.
Not too many people can get there. So my thing is like, no, I ain't saying you need to eat shit on everything, but at the same time, I'm saying that you come in making demands where you're gonna play. It's not how it goes.
Yeah,
if Chicago pick you up, then to be happy you got drafted. I mean, really, it's not a bad situation to be in Chicago.
For a quarterback, it is.
I'm just saying, but look, we got to look at it from this standpoint. Look at it from this standpoint. They may move off of Fields.
Well, hold on. Let's have that conversation right there. You GM of the Chicago Bears. Are you even entertaining moving off Justin Fields?
I can't right now. Because I've seen him have some improvement. I have to at least give him another year. What is this? The fourth year? This will be his fourth year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be his last year for me to make a decision. Because he could get a rookie contract and be out. So at least give him this year. So what he's gonna do? Because he looked like he had made some strides forward. Still not what I want to see if I'm looking at Justin Fields, but he made some strides forward. So I want to see what he does this year before I make that decision. Because this might be the year he come out and ball out. Then you didn't get rid of a talent. It's no guarantee Caleb Williams gonna come into the NFL and be a great quarterback. He might need to sit. So if I'm Chicago, I'm waiting to see. But Caleb Williams, I think he has some things in his game he needs to work on. He needs to go somewhere he can sit. I think he don't benefit from coming and starting. That might mess his whole career up. Come in, sit. I watched him play in USC. He made some bad decisions, especially when they got down and he tried to play the hero ball. He made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's a starting quarterback. I think he has the potential to be a good quarterback, but I don't think he has the potential to be a starting quarterback. He needs to sit somewhere, get under somebody. So going to Chicago might not be a bad place.
Yeah, but you see potential in him. You just
potential.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a day one starter potential.
I got you. Let me ask you that question, Nick. What would you do with Justin Fields if you're Chicago right now with that number one pick? Do you stand pat, stay with him, you move him, and then go get Caleb Williams? What would you do?
I got my top 10 ready for you if you want to hear my first top 10 draft.
Well, give me that question. We'll get to that in just a second.
Ride with Justin Fields. I think they are riding with Justin Fields because if you're keeping the head coach. If you wanted to draft a quarterback number one, and there's questions about your coach, you bring in the new coach now to ride with the new quarterback, because you can't have a coach in question for 1 year or a coach on the hot seat developing a quarterback, and then after 1 year you wipe the slate clean and go from there. Now, if it's a defensive head coach, it don't matter, but what I do if I'm running the Bears, I'm going to do something that the Bears have never done. I'm going to build elite weapons all over my offense. You got Cole Kmet, who's nice. You got DJ Moore. You got Herbert. I am taking Marvin Harrison Jr. and giving Justin Fields every fucking opportunity
to succeed.
Be the guy that we think he can be. Now, if he can't be, we're loaded.
Yeah.
for the next kid to come in and succeed from day one.
That's fair. That's
me. I think Fields shows very good flashes. I think that if you get more around him and you use all these picks to build your team, I think you're going to be in a really good situation very quickly in Chicago.
That's fair. I think that's actually not a bad take.
Or I sell the fuck out of the pick too.
Oh yeah, it will.
Washington or New England is so nervous and they want to jump up a spot or two to get that quarterback.
Yeah, come get him.
New head coach in New England might say, "We have to get this guy. Let's pay whatever it takes."
Jerome Mayo, matter of fact, real quick, obviously you and the AFC East guy, what do you think of Jerome Mayo getting that job up there?
They've had him pegged for a while.
Yeah,
they really like him. Kraft likes him. He's been in New England his entire professional life, drafted by them in 2008, and then immediately went to linebackers, I think assistant, and then up to linebacker coach. Everything you hear about him sounds like he's another Ryans from Houston. He's smart. He pays attention to detail. Players love him, like an Antonio Pierce too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that former linebacker that are gritty. They're leaders by nature. I don't have nothing bad to say about the guy. I just hope he fails at his job, obviously. That's nothing personal against him. That's the logo that he wears. I hope he gets success. I hope his wife cheats on him with a Jet fan.
Jeez. All right. Besides that quick flash of hate,
that's nothing against him.
No, I got you.
I would hate my own family member if they went to go Rangers. Nothing about the man. It's about the job title.
No, I hear you. Me personally, and I said this before, shout out to my man, Bobby G. Check him out on his channel, Game Time 216. Because he put me hip to this. I mean, you can't name any quarterbacks in Chicago that have had major success. I mean, you know, McMahon got the 85 Super Bowl, but you're not saying that guy was a killer.
He was an elite quarterback. He just had weapons around him. He had Walter Payton and a good defense.
Yeah. So you get to the Super Bowl twice in your franchise history. You win one with Jim McMahon and Rex Grossman. So you don't have to have elite quarterback play. You just make sure that everything else around it is damn good. So what I would do is I would draft Marvin Harrison Jr. You got like you said, all the other pieces that you got. I would actually trade Justin Fields, and I would literally load up talent on both sides of the football, and I would ride with whatever I got in-house, or go get just a bridge quarterback. A cheap bridge quarterback and build.
Yeah, that's somewhere Flacco can go.
Flacco, boom! I would literally put elite talent on both sides of the football, and because you can get some good compensation back from Justin Fields right now. I think you can definitely get 2 first rounders. I really do think you could, and I would build talent all around that whole damn team and just get you a bridge quarterback. And then when it's time to go ahead and get you that quarterback, go ahead and get him. Because we already know that Jameis Winston ain't too bad of a choice, because he's definitely going to be able to come cheap, because nobody else is going to try to pay big money for it.
Chicago ain't known for the crap.
Undermining that coach, man, could have been a death sentence. Undermining that coach on that play in the Saints, though, that could be a death sentence for a quarterback. No coach would want to bring that in.
I get what you're saying, Nick, but that shows more about Dennis Allen and why he should not have that job. That means he's lost that locker.
Dennis Allen said, "Take the knee."
Oh, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying
go ahead.
Is when you undermine a coach like that and the teammates are backing Jameis up, that shows that Dennis Allen lost that locker room.
I got it.
So, you know, I would question the Saints for even thinking about even keeping him. Like, you can't have your quarterback undermine you and the teammates back him up. That shows you lost the locker room.
Right.
So I there's no way I can keep you. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to Caleb Williams in that situation, you know, I wouldn't necessarily waste that draft pick on getting him. If I was Chicago, I would trade Justin Fields, like I said, and just stack talent and get you a little cheap little bridge quarterback. And when I'm ready to do it, because Justin Fields is at that point in time. You got to make a decision where you want to extend him. You don't want to be like the Giants, stuck giving $40+ million to a quarterback that you can't even, one, stay healthy, and two, can't win games. I mean, they had Tyrod Taylor had more momentum with that offense than Daniel Jones. Tommy Colcuts was getting more love at that starting position than Daniel Jones. What are we talking about? You don't want to be stuck in that situation. So you're at that point in time.
When he was good, he was Tommy Cutlets because everyone loves chicken cutlets. But then when he's bad, it's like Tommy Cold Cuts.
I love it, man. But I mean, it's literally literally a multitude of things that you could possibly do at that position with Justin Fields and or Caleb Williams. I don't think Chicago gets him. I'm like you, Nick. I think Washington probably goes up and gets him. Because even with AP says I'll draft Caleb Williams and keep Sam Howell. I'm not saying you. I mean, I guess you sit him behind Sam Howell. That's fine. I mean, because Sam Howell wasn't. You didn't get him high in the draft, so
right.
Sit down and learn. Learn the offense. I don't know, man. It's just for me. I have no issue with quarterbacks. Hey, I don't want to play here and this and that. I mean, they do it all the time because the NFL, like you said, man, the NFL's allowing it. I mean, they're allowing it. It is what it is. I mean, the quarterback is the valued position in the NFL, so it is what it is, man. But no, man. Unless there's anything else y'all fellas want to talk about, man, is anything pressing off your mind? Otherwise,
I got my top 10. I got my first top 10.
Yeah.
Okay, right in top 10. Right.
Yeah,
and that'll kind of layer some of the other things we were talking about too. Number one, I said it. If I'm the Bears right now today, I got Justin Fields still as my quarterback. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr. Give me the best possible player in this draft. The talent's off the chart. And it is very scary for other teams to think that DJ Moore would slide to a number 2 receiver and have a number 2 cornerback and not be doubled very often. You want to win, go do something you've never done, Chicago. We know you've won on defense. Those days are over in the NFL. You have to score. Go build the best possible offense. Number 2, Washington would then control the draft. And they would have to make a decision of, are we going to take the biggest offer or are we going to take the quarterback? And I think Sam Howell is nice, but everything you see with Caleb Williams and his big play ability and his off-script ability
is nicer.
I don't think Washington can pass on that. Yeah. Like you can have a Honda Accord to get you to and from work, but if you get a chance to get an Escalade, you take an Escalade.
Yeah.
So you take the Cadillac, the Caleb Escalade. 3 with the Patriots. You got to go quarterback. I could see them being a team that brings in a veteran quarterback. Like I think that's a great place for Tyrod Taylor to go. You move off of Mac, you move off of Zappe, you move him down to a 3rd, and then draft Drake May, the quarterback from North Carolina. If you can get the second best quarterback at number 3 in this, that's almost a blessing to fall into your lap. Oh, hold on. I'll get to Jaden. Don't worry. Anthony, you got number 4, Arizona. They got a really good tight end in Trey McBride. You saw that they were able to win some games down the end. Go get what in most drafts would be the best wide receiver. Go get Malik Neighbors out of LSU. 2 wide receivers in the top 4. You see what receivers are doing nowadays when they enter the league. There's no more red shirt year of 42 catches and 600 yards. You're looking at
right when you get to the league.
Day 1.
Yeah.
So Arizona, go get the best player available after Marvin Harrison. It's Malik Neighbors. 5 at the Chargers. It's not a sexy pick, but it's a pick that's needed. Jazon Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. You can't stop the run. People run right down your throat. You got Bosa on the outside. You got Mac. You could look at – I think they got to go D-line. And I think Newton as a defensive tackle helps them more than anything. But I wouldn't sleep on Dallas Turner from Alabama or Latu from UCLA here to be those next guys that take over for an aging Mac and Bosa. But they got to rebuild that D-line, and that'll help everything on that day. Number 6, kind of a surprise. This guy is not a tight end. For all the fans who are saying you can't take a tight end, you don't know a fucking thing about football if you label Brock Bowers a tight end.
He's a football player.
Kyle Brady. It's not like you're drafting Mark Chmura or Anthony Becht. You're not drafting that 6'6", 280-pound guy who blocks and occasionally could do a 3-yard out. You are drafting an elite weapon. What do the Giants need? Weapons, guys who can beat man coverage, and guys who can keep the defensive coordinator up at night. Go get Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, if you're going to go with Daniel Jones, which in this mock, I am under the assumption that they are keeping Daniel Jones. That's why I didn't take another position. Go get a guy. Now, Darren Waller is a nice mismatch.
Yeah, but he's going to be
two tight end sets with Waller and Bowers. You are going to create ample opportunity to open up your offense through play action. Get the ball in their hands and watch the guy create. He's not a tight end. He is an elite weapon. 7 at Tennessee, Joe Alt. Tennessee has to be happy as hell if Joe Alt falls to them at number 7. They don't have to make a move to get the best tackle in this draft. This guy's 6'8", 330. Is technically sound. He reminds me of Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas was as stout as there was. He never made a mistake. His body was always in the right position to never be out leveraged. Joe Alt is the guy.
And very durable, too. Didn't miss rarely. I don't think Joe missed one game in like a 11, 12-year career.
But when you're technically sound, you're always in the right position where you're not pulling a muscle because you're out of position, right? Like, when do you get tweaks and torques in your body? When you do shit you're not supposed to. Me getting out of bed, I fucking pull shit all the time. Not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to just stay still.
We're talking about football players, not your personal problem, sir.
It'll be a Jerry Lewis telethon if I start getting into that shit. Number 8, Atlanta Falcons, Jaden Daniels, quarterback from LSU. You got weapons all over that offense. Go add an elite weapon at quarterback. Whoever they bring in as a coach, you're going to have a lot of fun scripting up things. It's Lamar. It's a guy that you can build a game plan around, not only as a passer, but as a runner until he developed. Anthony Richardson last year was doing amazing things, right? Then he got hurt, unfortunately, with the shoulder. But you get an athletic quarterback, you add a couple more pages to your playbook because now you're doing things you can't do with a pocket passer. So go make an exciting offense. Number 9 with the Bears, who this is their own pick. The number 1 pick was obviously Carolina's. You traded for Montez Sweat from Washington. Go give him Dallas Turner or Latu, right? I got Turner in this. I like Turner better because I think Turner's better against the run. But you go ahead, Dallas Turner, the edge from Alabama, and team him up with Sweat. You got to get after Love. You got to get after Goff and whoever Minnesota has. You got to go win your division games. You add Marvin Harrison and Dallas Turner. You're adding the best wide receiver and the best edge rusher. Those are premium positions. And to add those guys both to your roster makes you a better football team from day one. Number 10, this is something with the Jets that I fear. Having Fashanu there from Penn State and having Roma Dunze there from Washington. And when I look at the Jets, yes, we need offensive line. But like I said earlier with the Packers, you can find linemen, and they don't have to be first-round linemen to be successful in the NFL. Having Aaron Rodgers back at quarterback allows a quarterback to get rid of the ball quicker. You're not going to see 8-9 guys in the box as much. Now, you have Garrett Wilson. Everyone's like, we have a wide receiver 1. I don't care. Go draft Roma Dunze, team him up with Garrett Wilson, And now you have Roma Dunze, Garrett Wilson, and Breece Hall, who caught almost 80 passes this year with the worst quarterback play in football. You have 3 elite weapons in the passing game. You want to bring up a safety into the box? We're going to check to one of those guys, and Rodgers is going to throw one of these soft fades to them. You have to put pressure on the defense, and I want more guys that keep everyone's like, we need this guy, we need that, we need 3. We need healthy linemen. You don't need first-round picks at every spot on the line. You just need guys who can finish the season that started it. You can't be playing with your 12th, 13th, and 14th linemen and expect to win games in the NFL. Just get healthy linemen, and then that'll be good enough. And now you open it up on offense, and you have a team that's very hard to cover. So best thing that can come out of this year for the Jets is getting somebody just as good but a little bit different than Garrett Wilson on the opposite side of the field. Because now who are you going to double? And Rodgers feed the other guy.
Yeah. You give Aaron Rodgers one weapon, he can make something happen. You give him 2, he'll kill you. I like it.
And you got Breece Hall out of the backfield who next year will have a McCaffrey type season. He will have 20-something touchdowns. He will have 1,000 rushing and receiving. He will go nuts next year.
Yeah, I love Breece Hall. Love the season he had and bounced back from that injury. So, but hey, man, we're gonna cut it short. It's halftime. It's 21-7. Pittsburgh is down 21-7.
How'd they get in?
They blocked the field goal and then they took it down the field. And Rudolph threw a pass to Deontay Johnson. So they were able to get on the board. I'm surprised that Mike Tomlin didn't use his timeouts because they got a sack on Josh Allen with like 45 seconds to go and they didn't use not one of them. I didn't understand that. But anyway, regardless.
Fear.
Come on.
When you're afraid that team can do that much to you in that time, you don't give them the opportunity, right? You just let's get to the locker room and recoup.
Yeah, that I understand that, but me, man, this is playoff, man. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Playoffs.
Playoff.
Hey, man. Like Jim Moore because I'm on the outside looking in.
But look, there it is. So on behalf of Big Homie Nick Shine, Detroit Mail, I am Wildcard Mar. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the I.O.W. Sports Show. Hey, we'll see y'all Thursday, man. It's been real. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.